Today marks 1634 day of day lessons, day reflections, and today I speak about wisdom again, being wise, pursuing wisdom. Yesterday I shared the pains of being wise and pursuing wisdom, and today I'll focus more on the benefits or joys. Why is it joyful to really pursue wisdom and being wise? And I think that there's so many things. There's very deep, and today I'll focus more on a maybe surface level, but it's extremely important. And some of the simple things seems that it's very simple, but at the same time, simple sometimes are the most important things anyway. Number one is that you stop being controlled by shallow things. That's a massive joy, knowing that you're not controlled by approval, validation, acceptance, status, comparison. Those things doesn't control you. Because what you are controlled are by actually priorities you set by yourself, non-negotiables that is extremely important for you. So your life is dictated by your most important things. And you know what they are. And you allocate resources to the most important things. That's a wisdom. And when you know that your life is controlled by the most important things in your life, that's a massive joy. And of course, when we are controlled by seeking approval, validation, that's of course not a joyful life to be in majority of the time. Unless it could be like 1% of 100 could be that you're seeking approval from a very right person in the very right way, but it's very unlikely. Number two, you develop emotional depth instead of emotional house. And people that I always mention it, it's most very successful people, very successful individuals, when they say what's really separate them from other people, they always say about emotional regulation as one of the key aspects of their success. And wisdom of yourself, wisdom of what you need to do, really allows to regulate yourself much better. You don't need to defend your ego. Again, you're not chase validation. And that's really gives freedom to really feel emotionally the way how you're supposed to feel. And it's a massive thing. That inner stability. So wisdom creates inner stability that allows to do right thing during the storm, during random day, during good day, during bad day. Doesn't matter what's going on in your life because you have wisdom, you developed understanding and you developed stability within yourself. And that's again massive joy. When you have peace, stability, no matter what's going on in life, it's a joy. Number three, you start seeing reality more clearly than most people. Seeing reality. And it's interesting that when you see reality, the joy a lot of times comes from leaving the rooms that you're not supposed to be, leaving environments that you're not supposed to be, because you see what's going on. And that again is extremely joyful. Maybe not immediately. And that's again something so I really love that sense of that second level joy. It might be that it's a pain and grief to leave relationships because now you see reality, but so much joy will come after a month, after 2 months, after half a year, after a year. Finally, when you heal from that, because you learn from that. And again, this is every single person will have a choice. But again, the person who is wise is making a right choice. And the person who's wise is making a right choice to really use this painful experience develop joy within themselves because now they develop something and develop the character and they are able to pursue something even better. Number four, your relationships become more real. And this again when we think about that, when you are a vice person, all the performance disappears. And because all the performance disappears, and this is who you truly are, you attract the person to your authentic you. Because it's interesting because when you are not wise, you potentially could put masks on yourself, and those masks attracts people that like those masks. And sometimes when we want to unmask ourselves, it's very difficult because the people love your mask, not your true authentic you. So when you're wise, you remove all the masks, all the performance, and you actually take actions based on who you truly are. And because you have more awareness of who you truly are, have clarity about who you are, and I have awareness because I have wisdom to develop that awareness. Now we're able to see others better as well, and you're able to ask better questions about others, and that leads to deeper connection, and deeper connection leads to really support. It leads to the to relationships that you actually depend on, that you really love, and this is not a surface level relationship. That's a deep level connection that stays for you, with you forever. Number five, you become capable of solitude without feeling empty, without trying to remove, without trying to remove that solitude. Because sometimes when we want to be in a solitude, we want to really put the noise. Because I know that even myself, sometimes I wanted to really be some kind of noise around you, like maybe turn TV, maybe listen to to a book, maybe to something else, but I didn't want to be in a totally solitude, without noise, without scrolling, without drama. And I think that wisdom really teaches to start loving yourself, to understand that peace is the most important thing and work for it. Because wisdom is allowing you to really make right actions to develop peace. Because wisdom doesn't give you peace automatically. And that's the beautiful thing, is that the more wisdom you develop, the more you understand what you need to do to develop the most important things in life. So you develop more wisdom. Now I know that didn't give you peace immediately, but now because you have more wisdom, you know exactly what you need to do to develop more peace within you. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's all that will allow us to achieve that. Number six, you stop expecting life to be painless. And I think that's again a beautiful thing, because you're pursuing something in life. And sometimes you're hoping that everything will get smooth. And then when things doesn't get smooth, you feel disappointed. You didn't get what you expected. But when you really expect that life will bring pain, life will bring suffering, life will bring mistakes, life will bring the things that is actually embarrassing, and you will be rejected by certain people, and that's totally fine. And when I think that when you have that understanding that that will happen, when it happens, you can say like with joy, I knew it will happen. I knew that it will happen, and that's why I was ready for it. Because I yesterday by accident just saw one lesson. I really loved it. I remember the guy who was teaching that lesson says that Ronaldo is person who missed the most penalties, but he scored the most penalties as well. So sometimes knowing that when you will pursue success, you probably will be the person who made the most mistakes, but at the same time, you will make the most progress and the most success at the same time. And I think that when you know that, when you are wise, you know that you don't expect life to be painless. And last one, number seven, is you begin appreciating ordinary existence at deeper level. Wisdom allows us to really be joyful by seeing small things. I think that that's when you're just going outside through the doors of your home, you are able immediately to see the wonder of life. Look at the sky. What kind of clouds going by? What kind of sounds? Even like when the human creativity and buildings and structures, and there's so many places that you're able to really see that wonder of life. I think that when you have more wisdom, you're able to appreciate more things, and that's bring joy into your life. At the same time, like when we have more wisdom, we're able to really have different kind of conversations, deeper conversations, and those deeper conversations with people is bringing more joy. Now, could I say that surface level conversations could potentially give joy? But I think that when you're able to really have even deeper conversations, that brings even more joy. So I think that there's more joys having wisdom, but those ones that I have mentioned today, and I think that's extremely important because, as I said at the beginning, sometimes the smallest things or simplest things, sometimes are the most important things, just to make sure that we're able to live wise life with wisdom, but at the same time, joyful life, meaningful life, purposeful life, life with calling, and that's a beautiful life to pursue. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.